Hi guys, and welcome to the Between the Zones Film News Show. As usual, I am your host, Kees Cornelis, and as usual, we're talking about everything going on in the movie news. We weren't here last week because everything going on was celebration, so we are going to talk about some news stories from last week, as well as news stories from this week. As usual, we have the usual panel here. First off, let me introduce Chris Doman. How are you doing, man?
What's up, guys? Yeah, just got off work, and you know what? I feel really good right now because this week is going to be very exciting for all of you, all of our lovely viewers and followers. You're in for some treats.
Oh, most definitely. Good teases, good plugs. I like it. All right, and also as usual, Evan DeGraff.
Hey guys, what's up? We recorded nice of the podcast yesterday. It was a really good time. We also recorded something else, which was an even better time to say the least.
Indeed, and well, with that out of the way, with the teasing out of the way, let's just get into the first news topic. As usual, the weekend box office, the numbers they're in. The weekend estimates are that The Fate of the Furious once again won the weekend with 38.7 million, actually dropping a lot. 60.8% was a lot more than I thought it would drop. Especially in a weekend where all the other movies haven't dropped that much, but still it managed to make over 900 million worldwide in only its second week of release. That's quite something. Then number two is The Boss Baby, continuing its streak, 12.8 million, dropping only 20.4%, which is so small. I cannot believe it dropped that little, and it is already over 350 million worldwide, which will probably guarantee a sequel that nobody wants, but we'll still get because it's making money. Number three is Beauty and the Beast, coming at a nice 10.0 million. That is rounded up, of course. If you look at Box Office Mojo, it will say 9.97, but I rounded it up to 10.0, of course. Dropping only 27.2%, also a really small drop, and is now over $1.1 billion worldwide. Huge, of course. Number four is a newcomer born in China, opening at 5.1 million, and rounding up the top five is Going in Style at 5.0 million, dropping only 20.4%. Chris, I've already seen some reactions out of you while I was talking about these numbers. So, what do you think about the numbers this weekend?
I, 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 I got nothing. The anger just isn't there. It was there for Fate of the Furious. It was there for the Boss Baby. But apparently, these are still selling. So, whatever. Whatever.
It's how the audience likes their movies, and the audience is stupid in your opinion. Oh well, Evan, what are your thoughts on the weekend
I
box
guess Going in Style really isn't going anywhere. Um, Here's one thing that really makes me angry. Fate of the Furious second weekend is at 900 million worldwide, and Beauty and the Beast had to work like 6+ weeks to get to 1.1 billion, and Fate of the Furious is gonna pass Beauty and the Beast in total like number very quickly. When Beauty and the Beast is definitely the better movie, so I guess I'm just a little saddened by that.
Well, here's the thing about that. People don't want to see a good movie. People want to be entertained, and that is something that the Fast and Furious franchise has done over the years. I mean, all the movies have made a crap ton of money. From the fourth on, it started making 1 billion per movie, and it has only gone up. And this once again shows that it is going up. People love watching these movies, even though they're not the greatest movies ever. They're just entertaining. People like to be entertained. That's why they go see it. And while I haven't seen either of these, I don't care. It's the box office. It's like, let people spend their money on shitty movies. At least I am not spending it. But
True.
it does surprise me that Fate of the Furious dropped this much in the US and still is making so much overseas. Just shows that while the US is not liking the movie that much, the rest of the world is, and it kind of makes me sad about myself because I'm the rest of the world. I'm not the US. But
It's very
anyway,
rare that we will hear Case ever say that.
Yeah, indeed, it's very rare. All right, let's then move on to the actual first news story. As most of you know, last weekend was Star Wars Celebration. We covered most of it. We already went into extensive talk about the Last Jedi trailer and Last Jedi stuff and whatnot. But I just wanted to have a quick, short discussion about the Last Jedi one last time to officially have it on Between the Zones. Because the Last Jedi trailer dropped. I mean, come on. It's like the biggest thing that happened in the past 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm going to talk about it. And it was awesome. I loved it. And you guys don't. So I hate you guys for that. But nah, just kidding. But the thing is, for some reason, you guys didn't love it. You thought it was just good. Chris, your thoughts on the Last Jedi trailer?
Now, to clarify myself correctly, I love it. I can't call it a great trailer. I'm looking at it objectively speaking. And I'm saying that because, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't think I was going to see, but I did. And there was a lot of stuff that I really wanted to see, but I didn't get. So, in that sense, it was a little disappointing, but of course I still loved it because it was the Last Jedi trailer. Can it be December already, please?
It's April, 8 months. Be patient, my young Padawan. So Evan, what are your thoughts on the Last Jedi trailer?
I liked it. It was good. It just wasn't the best trailer to come out of that weekend.
In your
That's all.
opinion? Okay. Yeah. I loved it. It's hard to argue which trailer was the best out of the three for me because the thing is that I absolutely love the Rebels trailer for biased personal reasons, of course, but also because it was a damn good trailer. I love the Last Jedi trailer, of course, because I thought what we saw was awesome. But I also love the Battlefront 2 trailer because the most important thing with the Battlefront 2 trailer, they know that the first one was not that well received, and they knew that they had to knock it out of the park, which they did. And I thought they did a great job with that trailer. So I thought we as Star Wars fans were just blessed with three great trailers in one weekend. And I can't really choose which one I like the most because all three were great. I loved all three of them. And I can't wait for the Last Jedi. Just like Chris, can it be December already? I need it. I want it now. Come
Give
on.
it to me now, please.
Yeah.
Come on.
It just looks so great. Can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Ray training with Luke. The best shot for me in that trailer was the moment that it pans around the mountain and you see Ray training with the lightsaber. It's like, oh my god, yes, I need this right now.
Yeah, no, I totally didn't freak out in my reaction. No, not at all.
Oh really? Yeah. All right. But let's just move on to the next news topic, which is something that surprised me quite a lot, but a good surprise, because apparently Warner Brothers is planning a Man from U.N.C.L.E. sequel, which will be a sequel to the 2015 film, which was not that well received at the box office. It only made 100 million worldwide on a budget of 75 million, so I think that eventually means that it even lost some money. But still, it's making but still, there are people who want a sequel because the movie itself was pretty good. It was critically acclaimed. I really liked it. I know Chris really liked it. And I want to actually, Evan, have you seen the first Man from U.N.C.L.E. and are you looking forward to a sequel?
No, it did fly under my radar, but from what I heard about it, I heard it was a really cool spy movie, cool take on it. If the sequel does end up coming out, which I think it will, because Warner Brothers likes pushing out properties that they probably shouldn't, I'll check out the first one and then I'll see the second one if I like the first.
Yeah, for people like Evan who haven't seen the first Man from U.N.C.L.E., because a lot of people haven't, I know, see it. It's really good. I really liked it, and I thought it was actually one of the better spy movies in a year with already really good spy movies. So that was something. Anyway, Chris, what did you think of this news?
I'm surprised because I thought The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was a fine one-time story, an adaptation of a TV show, into the hands of a very knowledgeable director, in the hands of some very talented actors. But I didn't. I mean, it's cool we're getting a sequel. I didn't ask for one, but hey, whatever. When it comes out, I'll check it out. I'll probably like it just as much as I did the first one. So yeah, why not?
Actually, don't you remember the
Well,
little bit at
I
the end where they
yeah,
kind of set up a
they
sequel?
do set it up, but you know, for me personally, I would have been fine with it just being the one film. But again, if we're gonna
Yeah.
if Warner Bros. Is gonna take a chance on making something a franchise, I'm glad it's something that actually started off on a strong foot and not, you know, another one of their franchises, which I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
talk about at some point today. So
Oh, we definitely will. Actually, the next story, because the next story is that Jude Law is cast as young Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts sequel. According to Warner Brothers, they put out the news. Jude Law is going to be the new Dumbledore in uh, after we already saw the story set up with Grindelwald in the first Fantastic Beasts, which was a movie divisive to say the least. Um, but now we are going to get the story that I actually want to see, which is Grindelwald and Dumbledore, which is something that has been hinted at in the Harry Potter movies, and especially in the Harry Potter books. If you have read the books, there is a little bit more story, but still, we haven't seen it, and we're going to see it now. And I think actually Jude Law is pretty good casting because Jude Law is a good actor. I like him, and I thought when I heard this news, like, oh, I think he can do a good job if given the right direction and script. Anyway, Chris, you have some thoughts on this, I bet.
I can see the fan fiction being written right now. Nothing but Johnny Depp and Jude Law as former lovers, now locked in a battle to withstand eternity. It, yeah, no, I'm actually totally for this. Even though, yes, Fantastic Beasts was a little divisive, I actually like Johnny as Grindelwald. I think he's
For the 5 seconds that he had, okay.
yeah, no, and I think with a little more restraint and a little more development as this series of films goes on, I want to see where they take him. And Jude Law is one of the most charismatic actors of, I'd say, the last 20 years. Even going so far back as Gattaca, which came out 20 years ago, he stole the show in that film. I mean, and again, that charm, that very welcoming presence that he does bring on screen, that's exactly what you need for a younger Albus, Percival,
Wolfric Brian.
Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. There we go. Sorry. I always forget the wolf part. But yeah, no, I completely see him in the role, and I'm glad that he's getting brought into this franchise because as we say time and time again, talent you can never have too much of. More talent is good.
That's very true. Evan, what are your thoughts on this news?
It's talent. That's kind of all we need to know. It's just a good actor coming in playing a good role. Works good on both ends, both on Jude Law's and Warner Brothers.
Okay, short thoughts. Yeah, no, I think I want to see this because I was not a fan of the first Fantastic Beasts at all. Like it's definitely my least favorite Harry Potter movie because just it didn't have a focused story. That was my big issue with it, and I just didn't like it that much. I am now excited to see what they are going to do in this one because of this casting news, because of the potential that I know they have, but we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the next big story, which was a huge story to drop a few days ago. Apparently, there are five big studios right now in a bidding war for the James Bond franchise. I don't know which studios exactly. When I read the article, it didn't say which ones. But the thing is, right now, the rights for James Bond are at Sony. However, Sony may end up being bankrupt pretty soon because they're not really doing well with their movies. And if they end up being bankrupt, well, then James Bond has to go to another studio because James Bond has been around for almost 50 years now. So, yeah, I wonder, Chris, I know you're a big James Bond fan. What are your thoughts?
Oh boy. Oh boy. See, can this franchise catch a break? You know, they have a few good years, and then some crap goes down, and then they have to go from studio to studio to studio. I mean, Christ, if I'm not mistaken, this franchise has gone from United Artists to MGM, and now to Sony, and now it's off to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: I don't know which studio I want buying it out, or
Disney.
well, no, well, hell, even they'll tell you they don't want it, they don't need it. But
No.
I do have to say though, what I think would be really interesting is if two of the studios could possibly do a joint purchase of this. Think about what it could do in terms of the long haul. Maybe I'm crazy, because that tends to
Maybe
happen
you
from
are.
time to time. But I think this could. Whoever gets this is going to have a lot on their hands. But if they play their cards right, this will end up well for whoever buys it. So there's that.
Evan.
If I had to make your way early prediction for it, I think it's going to Lionsgate. They don't at the moment. I don't think they have their big franchise that they can put out.
Well, that's the issue. They don't have money to buy it. They'll lose to other studios with money.
With their past films, it shows that I think they have enough to buy the franchise because they've stacked up a lot of money from the Hunger Games franchise and I think a few other big movies. And I think if they could get it, I think they would be a studio that could put out some of the best product for James Bond because they know this is their baby. This is what they need to take care of. I think that would be really interesting to see. I would like if it went to Disney. I would not be mad though, because Disney just finds a way to make good movies no matter what.
They're not in the bidding war though.
No. Yeah, we don't know that.
We do. It's 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers. Actually, I don't think Lionsgate's even one of them. There's a lesser known one and
Paramount.
Paramount, yep. Those are the
Paramount. Surprising.
Yeah, so out of the studios that I hear, I don't think it's going to go to Warner Brothers. No. At least I hope not, because I only think they'll fuck it up. Then you have 20th Century Fox and Paramount, which are, in my opinion, the two to get it. I would want to see it at Paramount. I think
I'd rather see it at Fox.
Yeah, the thing is with Paramount has an idea what they're doing with their movies, mostly with their franchises, especially. Look, the thing is, whether you like Transformers or not, they make money.
I completely agree. It's just a matter of will the films be of quality?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, of course. But I think that in the case of James Bond, the films will be of quality, and I think Paramount will do them justice because 20th Century Fox has let us down before. But let's move on to 20th Century Fox casting Josh Brolin as Cable in Deadpool 2 and setting the release date for Deadpool 2 on June 2018. Evan, your thoughts on this news?
Oh, when I heard about it, I was talking to you guys about it. I was thinking, this keeps showing a relationship strengthening between 20th Century Fox and Marvel Studios from Disney. You guys would disagree with me. You think that they have a very bad relationship. I think Case told me that earlier.
They do.
But they keep making these small little deals like Ego the Living Planet coming to Marvel, the Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch scene, and now this. I think it's funny. I don't know why. I don't know why the Deadpool movie would have Josh Brolin as Cable. I don't see the purpose. You could have gotten a better actor for a cheaper money. You don't need that big name actor for a franchise that already exploded on its first release. But I think the underlying story here is Marvel and Fox continuing to work together.
Okay, Chris, tell Evan why he's wrong.
Well, first off, do you know? Okay, Marvel doesn't own Josh Brolin. Sure, he's Thanos, but if he wants to, he can take another job for a Marvel-related property. They don't own him. They don't own Deadpool. Deadpool is 20th Century Fox's purely.
I know that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, And plus, they have been at odds. They have been at odds this entire time because now that Marvel has been blowing up and everyone else is trying to catch up to what they've been doing, including Fox with their Marvel stuff. I'm a little worried because A, the film still hasn't started shooting, and they're trying to slate it for June 2018 release.
It's a little over a
I
year.
don't think that's gonna happen because post-production alone is gonna take minimum 6 to 8 months. You're gonna tell me that they'll be able to shoot all the scenes they need?
No, not for a Deadpool
this
movie.
this is a small movie. They don't need that much post-production. Like the first one didn't have that much either. So, I mean, they'll up it a little bit, but not that much, I think.
We hope not. But to be fair, in the past, when it comes to sequels, they've always gone in with whoever it is. They've always gone with the mindset of bigger equals better. You can try to tell me I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure the budget was 120.
The budget for the original for this film?
Yeah, for Deadpool 2.
That's double the budget.
That's twice the holy crap. If that's true, then I'm worried. Yeah. I really am. And I also I don't get this. Josh Brolin is Thanos in the Avengers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now he's going to also be Cable in this. Where's Pierce Brosnan? Where's Stephen Lang? Where's any other actor that could do this that is not already in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? There are like 20 actors that you could cast that it could be Cable, and that won't confuse people. Because in this case, you will confuse people. People are like, wait, Cable is Thanos? Because it's the same actor. It's like, for the general audience, people are going to get confused, and they're like, what is happening here?
To be fair, nobody's going to know that Thanos is Josh Brolin. You're not going to be able to face recognize him at all.
Voice. They'll recognize the voice.
The simple thing is that, I'm not against Josh Brolin. I think he's a good actor, and he would probably be a good Cable, but he already is someone in another universe that is going on at the same time, and you will only confuse people with that. So, I don't get this move.
And that's the difference between, people being like, well, Ben Affleck was in Daredevil, and he's currently Batman. Huge difference. That's a 10-year time gap. Or you could say something along the lines of,
13-year.
13 year, yeah, that's right. That's 2017 now.
Yeah.
Or you could say like, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
He was the Green Lantern. First off, that was only one film, and that was now 6 years ago.
Yeah, and also they make fun of that in Deadpool. It's like they make pretty clear that it's something different, and that's in the past, and it's like, don't make the super suit green or animated. It's one of my favorite lines of that movie.
It's a great line, but to be fair though, the point still stands. There was a time gap.
Yeah.
As far as we know, Josh Brolin is still Thanos. Even if they kill him off in Infinity War, he's still Thanos.
And the thing is, Infinity War is slated for May 2018, so you're going to have him in two Marvel comic book movies within the span of just 1 month. That's not smart, guys. That really is not. So we'll see about that. Yeah, but let's move on to something that I think I'm very happy about. I think Chris also is happy about. Finally, there is some news about the Han Solo name conflict that we had a few weeks ago. Because a few weeks ago, Bob Iger had some comments like, oh yeah, we're going to reveal why Han Solo is called Han Solo, or something like that. And people were like, wait, did he have another name before? And it's like, no, wait. Kathleen Kennedy last week at Celebration explained, okay, it's not about that. It's just explaining why he has the name as the Notorious Smuggler, and I am so happy because that's the one thing that I wanted to hear, and now I'm hearing it, so that's good. I'm not worried anymore about that part. I wonder, Chris, are you still worried, or?
Huge sigh of relief for me, obviously. And yes, from the get-go, I figured that was what he meant by saying, we're gonna learn about how Han Solo got his reputation as a smuggler. Because if we were gonna do like the whole, oh well, that wasn't actually his name shtick, I would be upset. You know, and a little bit rightfully so, because I mean, Christ, like I said, Case, pitchforks, Lucasfilm, but now we can chill out, we can take it easy, and now I can get back to looking forward to this movie. Seriously, I'm for example, D23 trailer or something. Just please let me see.
Indeed. Evan, your thoughts on this?
I told you guys this from the beginning. Do not worry about Disney and this property. They got it under control. They know what they're doing, and this is perfect example. Who was it? It was Bob Iger who said this thing about the double name Han Solo. Exactly. Kathleen Kennedy knows what she's talking about. So she heard the uproar from fans, and she's like, "All right, guys, we get it. We're just explaining why he's called a notorious smuggler. Exactly what I told you guys what was going to happen. No need to worry. No need to bring out the pitchforks. No reason to fly out to LA. Everything is good."
Evan, one thing, we never were like, oh, it's not going to be why he has the notorious name. We were always like, it's probably the notorious name as the smuggler. We were also thinking that. However, we just wanted to rant on the possibility of the other thing. So that was why we went on a rant last time. But no, I was always like, I think and I hope that it's this case, and luckily it is, so I'm happy with that. But just back then, in the off chance, I wanted to rant because sometimes ranting is fun. Right, Chris?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. Now, speaking of rants, I'm going to go in a rant for this one. So, apparently, Kingsman's The Golden Circle is dropping its first trailer tomorrow. And I fucking hate this because, first off, on Tuesday, they put out like a 16-second clip that it's like, oh, the trailer is coming soon. And we give you 16 seconds now, and you can really dive into 16 seconds. No, fuck off. I don't want 16 seconds. Give me the goddamn trailer already. And then today, it's like, today they announced, okay, tomorrow we're dropping the trailer. And I'm like, but I'm recording between the zones today. Just give me the goddamn trailer already so I can talk about it in between the zones, so I can say how much I love it, because now I have to wait one more fucking week for you guys who... I don't know why studios do this. It's like every time, oh, we're going to release the trailer next week. Do you guys have to wait one more week? It's like, give me the trailer already, you stupid fucking cunts. God damn it. I just get so mad with these people releasing their fucking teaser for teaser for teaser for a trailer. It's like, fuck off already. Give me the goddamn trailer. Anyway, that was my rant. Evan, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, good job on the studio, because any bad publicity is still publicity. So that means Cases right here is probably going to go viral on the internet, and it's going to want to make people want to watch this trailer coming up soon. Yeah, I think it was a good move. It has people talking. Good job.
Problem with your bad publicity thing, though, is that by the time that this episode drops, the trailer will already be out.
Yeah, that's the issue. Because I have to edit this and then render it overnight, and then it drops on Monday, because we're recording it on Sunday. Fuck you, Fox. Fuck you. Chris, your thoughts, please.
Oh, Lord. I hated that. I hated it so much because, look, I know. Because it's all about the branding. It's all about the building up. It's more hype. It gives you more publicity. It gives you more stuff to talk about. It's clickbait. We don't want that. Do you want to know why the entertainment industry is going down the crapper? That's why. Bottom line. One of the worst trends in recent memory is the teaser for the teaser. And it's going to continue to get worse because soon we'll only get like 5-second clips, kind of like how Ghost in the Shell did, and be like, oh, did you see that? Make sure you watch it a couple times over and analyze every second of it because you won't have much to look at. It's like, just give me the trailer. Give me the trailer so I can talk about it myself. Give me the trailer so that way I can enjoy it. Give me the trailer that way I can, build my own anticipation level for the movie. I mean, Christ, if they did that for The Last Jedi, I would have rioted. They didn't, though. So
luckily not. But the thing is, Disney does it now with their trailers for, I believe, Marvel and Star Wars. Like, they announced that the trailer is going to drop tomorrow or something. It's like, just don't announce it, just drop it already. Don't make it this big thing that it is not, because it's like, just
It
show us the
builds
trailer.
buzz, though.
I
It
don't
builds
care.
nice
By the
amount of
way, all right, so I'm gonna stop talking because otherwise I'm gonna smash my screen because Evan is just pissing me off. But another thing about Kingsman also is that apparently the release of it is pushed 1 week. Actually, it's 1 week earlier than initially thought, which means it not now isn't coming out the beginning of October, but at the end of September, which to me is a little weird because September is like the dumping ground for movies. Like, it's a dead zone for movies usually. No movie really comes out. If you look at the box office numbers for biggest opening weekend, the smallest weekend the smallest record for a month is September. Like, no movies make money, and I'm a little worried for that as well. Chris, what are your thoughts on that?
But I think okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually okay with that. Here's why. Because this will be I have a good feeling this will be the movie that breaks that.
Hopefully.
Because, if I'm not mistaken, the current record for an opening in September is like $55 million.
48.
Oh, 48. Okay.
55 is October.
Okay. Well, still fair enough. You're gonna tell me that Kingsman, the Golden Circle, coming off the sequel to a very hot film from 2015. We only had to wait 2 years for the sequel. You're trying to tell me that's not gonna just draw in the crowds by the millions and millions of dollars? I think it will. So
Hopefully. Evan?
The last movie to open up in September that was like The Kingsman was The Magnificent Seven that came out last year, which made $34 million opening weekend, which is decent. But I think Kingsman, if they do the marketing right, which they've started doing, which they've done a good job in my opinion, they do that right and keep building up and keep progressing to the point, it's gonna break 55. I think we'll see. We'll see a 55 opening weekend for Kingsman.
I hope so. The thing is, it depends if the movie is good, but I'm assuming it's good because it's Matthew Vaughn. Matthew Vaughn can't do no wrong. Anyway, let's move on to the last news story before opening this week, which is Keira Knightley is going to reprise her role as Elizabeth Swann in Pirates of the Caribbean 5, because apparently in a recent TV spot, Keira Knightley popped up in the TV spot, a little surprise to most people. At least it was a surprise for me, but a welcome one because the one character that has like the best arc in all three movies, the first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies, is Elizabeth Swann. Because if you see her arc from one, where she is this neat girl who doesn't really do a whole lot, and then in the third one she gets to be the Pirate King. It's like a pretty big arc. And while the movies themselves, especially two, not that great, because I recently watched them and I once made the statement that I like two and three as well, and then I rewatched them and I was like, two is actually pretty bad. Three I still like, but the thing is, Elizabeth Swann is the great thing about those movies that I really like, and I'm actually very happy that she is reprising her role for Pirates 5, because that's something that I didn't like about Pirates 4. You don't have Will Smith or Keira Knightley, which are two characters that I really liked in the last movies. So I'm happy that they're now back in this movie. Chris, why are you laughing so hard?
uh, I didn't know Will Smith was in these movies.
Oh! Well, ah! All right.
Oh no! You keep that in. Will Turner.
Will Turner. I got.
I'm not gonna lie. These movies would have been a whole new level if Will Smith was in them. Let's just be real with ourselves here. Oof.
Will Turner, Orlando Bloom. My bad. God, I don't know why I said that. Chris, your thoughts on Keira Knightley in Pirates 5?
So, I mean, yes, of the original three films, she was one of the best parts of them. Case, I'm gonna break your heart though. I heard a theory on Collider Movie Talk last week, and I think there's some validity to it. She's in a flashback because at this point in the story, she's dead. I'm calling it now.
That
But here's the other thing too: is that for this new series of films, we have our Elizabeth Swann. It's this new chick. I don't know the actress's name. I don't know the character's name, but
Penelope Cruz.
no,
Please no.
no.
Oh,
The new film, the brunette, the pretty hair brunette
oh,
in the
I
trailers.
don't know.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
she's gonna be our Elizabeth, and
Oh.
obviously, Will Turner's son is our Will Turner.
No, you almost.
I
fucked up
almost
because-
did, but I corrected myself. Ha ha.
Yeah. Will Turner, Orlando Bloom. All right, my bad. Evan, your thoughts on Keira Knightley in Part 5?
Well, I would rather like it if she was doing something else because she's a fantastic actress in my opinion. Rather than wasting her time on this movie. But if there's only a quick scene and it makes sense for the story, then I'll
Don't
take
you
it.
like the Pirates movies?
I think they're fine. But I'd rather her doing some Oscar baity stuff where I can draw myself into her character.
To be fair,
Well,
she was pretty amazing in the Imitation Game.
Yeah, she was. And
I love her in Pride. I love her in Pride and Prejudice.
well, the thing is, she can do both drama and action movies. We've seen that because she has done well in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, even though some of the movies weren't that great. She was great in them, and she
Yes.
can do very good dramas and then get nominated for an Oscar. And this is just a movie that she needs to do to collect the paycheck and give a good performance, and that's what she'll probably do with this. All right, let's move on to opening this week. Now, usually I wouldn't put in a movie that doesn't open this week in in the US. However, it's kind of a big movie, and it kind of is coming out in my country, and I'm totally rubbing it in your guys' faces because I'm going to see it. It is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, because other than that, the other two movies I have not even heard of, because the other two are The Circle and How to Be a Latin Lover, that I was like, yeah, I'm going to see Guardians on Thursday, and that will be my week in terms of watching new movies. I wonder, Evan, your thoughts on the movies coming out?
I'm not going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy because I see that, and I think in 2 weeks, so I'll skim over that before I wipe my tears away because Chris gets to see it early. I am interested in The Circle though because that's the Tom Hanks Emma Watson movie that's coming out, right?
Yep.
Oh,
that looks
cool.
fairly interesting, but I might not end up seeing it because I'm seeing a different movie produced by Warner Brothers that comes out in 2 weeks, I think, called King Arthur. I'll talk about that later when it comes, but I see that early. I think Chris does too. So yeah, and How to Be a Latin Lover, never heard of it, probably won't see it.
Chris?
Yeah, no. So I'm actually just looking over the cast and stuff for How to Be a Latin Lover, and it looks fine. It looks fun.
Okay.
Salma Hayek, Kristen Bell, Rob Lowe, few of the actors in it. I'm sure it'll, get panned on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'll lose fantasy movie football points for that. So whatever. But no, The Circle, I'm actually really interested in seeing because it's based off an acclaimed novel. It has a bunch of talent in it. John Boyega, Emma Watson, and Tom Hanks as a villain. We never see that. Can you honestly name one film where Tom Hanks was a villain?
Castaway. I don't know. Just playing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm interested. Is it gonna be good?
Wait. Toy Story.
Oh, Buzz was so the villain, bro. Let's not turn this into a movie fight, though. And
from a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view, indeed. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to both of them. And in terms of Guardians, fuck you, and fuck Jacob, and fuck all you people.
Yeah, because by the time this episode goes up, Jacob has actually already seen Guardians Volume 2, and I'm seeing it on Thursday. So all you Americans with all your movies and all your Marvel stuff that you make, we're getting it a week earlier, and fuck you with that, because this is the one thing. This is like the one movie franchise that we get earlier because all the other stuff you guys get earlier. So screw off. Let me have this one. I'm happy with this, okay? And I'm seeing it on Thursday, and look out for my review. That's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, no, watch it get more views than the Thrawn review.
I wouldn't be mad because it would still be my review. And in that case, I will be in the 4 most watched videos on Take 3. Yeah! And you can see Chris dying of jealousy right now. I feel so good about I feel so good about myself right now. Sorry. Anyway, that's a great way to end the show, guys. So yeah, that was the show. Please let us know what you think about the news stories. Do you have anything interesting to say about the Man from U.N.C.L.E. sequel or anything else? Let us know in the comments below. Let's plug everyone. Chris, where can the good kids find you online?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at my band Last Shot Redemption at LSAR Band MN. I just dropped 2 more songs on my Reverb Nation page, and this weekend I also hosted Evan in Nights of the Podcast going over his celebration experience. So make sure you guys check that out.
It's good. I've heard it. It was really funny. Evan, where can people find you online?
Well, we didn't get to do this today, so I'll just do it in the outro. You guys can find me at EDEGRAFF11 on Twitter, and you can find me everywhere else from there. Do something inspirational today. Bye-bye.
And after that bullshit, you can find me online at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, the Dutch Movie Guy on YouTube. Look out for my review for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on both Take 3 and my own channel. If Jacob doesn't do it for Take 3, if he does, then my review won't be there on Take 3, but still on my own channel, so check my channel out because I review stuff every once in a while. And this was our show. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Take care.